Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us here for another episode of Prez Says. I'm Charleston, the operations manager here at KGRM on the campus of Grambling State University. And I'm here with none other than President Rick Gallot. It's his show. He's calling the shots. And sadly to say, I think this might be our last episode for the fall semester and possibly the 2021 year. And what a year it has been. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, but one thing is for certain, this is still the place where everybody is somebody. Good morning, Prez. How you doing?
Well, I tell you what, Charles, I'm doing great, man. And that sweater you have on, man, that is fire,
Mm,
man.
yes,
Oh,
uh,
absolutely.
it's a ugly Grambling Christmas sweater. Yeah, I snagged this in the bookstore about maybe 2.5 years ago, and I
There's
rarely get to bring it out because of the holiday season being so limited. But when it comes out, it's always a conversation piece. Like
well,
people are like, "Oh, I
there's
gotta get that."
nothing ugly about that sweater. Let me just tell you, it is all
Agreed,
fire,
agreed.
as they would say.
Right, right.
Well, good. Look, good morning to you and to everyone out there. And let me apologize. I know we were supposed to do this yesterday, and a last minute meeting came up that is of great benefit to our cybersecurity program. And so, just want everyone to know that there are many great things that are on the horizon for that program. And speaking to Dr. Reddy yesterday, we've grown that cybersecurity program to 80 majors. So from zero to 80 in approximately 2 years. So I think that is
Wow.
a significant accomplishment for Dr. Reddy and the faculty over in computer science, cybersecurity, and cloud computing. And I tell you what, today there are over 500,000 jobs available in this country alone in cybersecurity. And so when you talk about pursuing a degree that will almost certainly guarantee you a job for now and in the future, cybersecurity is definitely the place. And of course, we're still the first and only to offer a bachelor's degree in the state of Louisiana
That's right.
in cybersecurity. That's a big deal.
That is a very big deal. And we are so excited to see what the future brings for our graduates here at the university from the cybersecurity program. Speaking of commencement exercises, Grambling State University's commencement exercises will be held December 15th through the 17th. What type of preparations should family and friends and those attending graduation be expecting or making for coming down for commencement?
Sure, and I want to thank Dr. Walton and her staff as well as Jasmine team in my office for continuing to work very hard to prepare, and the registrar's office and so many others who are part of planning for commencement. And I also want to thank the students, the graduates, for their patience as we've tried to ensure that we're consistent with the latest guidance from CDC and from the state of Louisiana, from the governor's office. And so, unlike last year, we are not providing tickets. We're encouraging all the graduates to try and keep their guests under 12, meaning the number 12, not age of 12,
Right.
that if they could keep their group size down to 12 and fewer, then we can certainly still maintain some level of social distancing. We are still in a pandemic. The Omicron variant is the latest, but Delta is still doing its thing out there as well. And so
Right.
we're still trying to maintain a balance between having graduates to enjoy some semblance of a normal graduation, and at the same time maintaining their safety, and trying to keep from having this virus be a problem with our graduation. We are asking that everyone would wear a mask and keep their mask on throughout the ceremony. Again, we just want to make sure that we're keeping everybody safe. I know I had gotten a question on one of the social media sites as to whether we were going to require proof of vaccination or any of that, or negative tests. We're not requiring that. Again, we believe that if everyone is wearing their mask, that will help us to minimize the risk that is associated with transmission of this virus.
Very good, very good. Safety, always key, always first on our minds, especially when we're dealing with big gatherings like the commencement ceremony. Now, Grambling State University will host 3 distinguished speakers for the fall 2021 commencement exercises, which again is going to be held December 15th through the 17th. Who are the speakers, Prez, and what can we expect from them this
Sure.
commencement?
Yeah, so starting tomorrow, our graduation will include the College of Graduate Studies. So we'll have the graduate studies commencement tomorrow, and the speaker is none other than our district attorney, my friend, my law school classmate, John Fitzgerald Kennedy Belton, is our guest speaker for tomorrow. John is just such an amazing individual. He and his wife Alana are entrepreneurs in our community. Of course, they the owners of Wingstop and Copeland's over in Monroe. John is a distinguished attorney, has risen in leadership in the District Attorney Association here in the state and nationally. So certainly we're incredibly honored to have John, who's again a very good friend of mine, a brother of mine, and to have him as our commencement speaker for tomorrow. And
Okay.
then let's see.
And
Oh, you want me to just jump on to the other ones?
let's go ahead and jump on, get all 3 here. Yeah.
Sure. So on Thursday we'll have the College of Education and the College of Professional Studies. So of course in the College of Education, kinesiology, leisure studies, teacher education, and then professional studies, criminal justice, mass comm, nursing, psychology, social work, and sociology. And our speaker for Thursday will be none other than Mr. Marco French, who was the teacher of the year, I believe, from Shreveport. He's one of our alums, and certainly has distinguished himself as an educator, and certainly he embodies what we are able to produce from this university, and that's top quality graduates who go out to really make a difference in the lives of individuals. And so we're certainly very excited to have Mr. Marco French. And then on Friday, our final ceremony, which will be the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Business, our speaker will be Dr. Rachel Hickerson Francis, who is a 3rd generation Gramblinite and is a pharmacist. And so certainly she will bring not only her professional accomplishments and experience as a pharmacist, but as a 3rd generation Gram fam, we're certainly really excited to hear from her. And when we look at the all 3 graduations together, we're looking at a total of 425 graduates, and compare that to last fall, where our fall graduates, and of course we had the spring and summer mixed in with that group, which elevated that number. But just the fall graduates last year was 294. So that's a significant increase in the number of graduates from last fall to this fall. So again, we're continuing to see growth, not only in our retention rates, but also in our graduation rates. And so we're incredibly excited to see this increase. And I think it also bears mentioning that part of the professional studies group of graduates is the College of Nursing. Just a week before last, we went down to the Louisiana Board of Nursing, and our approval to continue the program has been extended by the Louisiana Board of Nursing. We also received full accreditation from the accrediting body for our bachelor's degree in nursing for 5 years. So really excited just to think where we are today in 2021 compared to the program closing back in 2015, and having that as, quite frankly, one of our top priorities coming into office back in 2016. So just can't say enough about Dr. Meg Brown and her team over in the School of Nursing, and just the amazing work that they are doing. We had our first graduates. There were only 7 in that class, and of the 7, 5 passed on the first attempt, and the other 2 have subsequently passed. So all 7 of our 7 graduates have now passed the NCLEX, which is the nursing board exam that they're required to pass. So again, they're working hard, and I think the results are certainly showing that we're moving in the right direction. And we look for this spring class, I think, to be probably closer to 20. So again, it's growing, and really excited about the work being done over in the School of Nursing.
That's awesome news to hear. Anytime we're talking about graduates and the university, you always look forward to see what the newly graduated Tigers are going to do post-graduation. Now, we have here that Grambling State University is to award posthumous bachelor degrees to Natalie Reed and Jay Washington during commencement ceremonies this year. Can we speak on these 2 individuals and why it's important to go ahead and honor them with these degrees?
Sure. So Natalie DeSalle Reed attended Grambling a few years ago. She's originally from Alexandria, Louisiana, and I think she's known for many acting roles. I guess probably the most famous because she was co-starring with Halle Berry in the movie Babs.
Right.
But Natalie was certainly a very active and involved student here at the university, and when her big break occurred, she moved out to California to pursue her acting career, and so she did not ultimately finish from Grambling, but always took Grambling with her everywhere she went. And so just this past summer, the city of Alexandria honored her memory, and so we announced at that time that we would award the posthumous degree this fall, and so we're certainly looking forward to her family representatives joining us in commencement, so that we can certainly recognize her achievement and what she meant to Grambling, and of course what Grambling meant to her. And then of course we're also awarding the degree to one of our former band members who untimely passed away in a car accident earlier this semester. And so we look forward to honoring the Washington family, and what a huge loss to the world fame. And I just I can't get the picture out of my head of him with Beyonce when the band
Right.
performed for her out in Coachella, California a couple of years ago. And just again, that is a visual that will certainly be with me for forever. And so we're just trying to honor his memory in the award of the posthumous degree that he was very close to completing.
Okay, very good, very good. If you're just tuning in, we're here with President Richard Rick Gallot for this episode of Prez Says. A lot of things on the horizon for Grambling State University. Recently, GNS Business Communications, an integrated marketing communications agency, have entered into a partnership with Grambling State University. And I believe we have one of our very own there with that company, Nicholas Love, graduate of the Mass Communications Department as well. You'd like to speak on that?
Yeah, and Mr. B is counting us out.
I hear him counting us out.
Look, Nick Love is an amazing. You want to wait and do that on the other side?
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's wait and do that on the other side of that break. You are listening to Prez Says here on KGRM 91.5 FM. We'll be right back after this break.
First National Bank, we have a strong team of bankers who are dedicated to meeting the needs and dreams of our customers. With competitive rates, tailored loans, and exceptional customer service, your experience with us is sure to be like no other. Call or visit us today.
The official Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
You got 100 happy days coming your way. 100 happy days. So put a smile on your face. 99 problems, you know you ain't got them. Good times are here to stay. You got 100 happy days coming your way. Don't need a song for you to dance. Go ahead and get up. Just live your life and take a chance. Cause it just might surprise you. Spending all your time looking for a pot of gold. It doesn't matter if you miss.
Charleston, did I lose you?
Oh no, I am here. We are
Oh,
back.
okay.
Thank you for listening. Look, had a little hiccup there. You are listening to 91.5 KGRM. We are here with Prez, here for this episode of Prez Says. Now, before the break, we were discussing the partnership between GNS Business Communications. Can you go ahead and give us a little information about what that project is about and what we got coming up?
Yes. So again, can't say enough about our alum Nicholas Love, who is a part of that marketing team that reached out to us to offer in-kind marketing and other assistance, which is valued at about $250,000. And so, having our communications team working with Nick and his team over at GNS has been incredibly productive. Really excited about that partnership. And again, this is $250,000 in services from their firm that they have offered to us and is not costing us. And so that's a really great example of how we have alums who are out in various industries reaching back to provide resources to the university. And so Nick's one of those who said, hey, what can I do to help Grambling? And so he's bringing the strength of his firm and their resources to benefit Grambling. I look at like Perry Jones with Diageo and the creation of a $250,000 endowment, thanks to his urging there at Diageo. Again, those are just two of many examples of alums who have not jumped on social media to talk about things. They're actually doing things that are benefiting the students and benefiting the university. So I'm so grateful for them and certainly for Nick and everything he's doing with his company.
Awesome to hear that news. Now, also on Friday, we had a lot of big news on Friday concerning our Fighting Tigers football team with the announcement of Hugh Jackson as the 14th head coach of Grambling State University's Fighting Tigers. How does it feel to get someone of Hugh's character and of his record to come to Grambling State University for coaching?
Well, I think he has been certainly universally recognized as someone who's a great coach, a great mentor of young men. And when you look at some of his former players, Eddie George, who's the head coach at Tennessee State, and of course, he worked as
Right.
his offensive coordinator over the last year, and Chad Ochocinco, and so many of his other former players who really talk about the character integrity of Hugh Jackson as a man, as a coach, as a mentor. There's a lot to be said about running a program, and so the fact that he has run both college and professional programs, understanding the end to end. All of the many intricacies of coaching, is really great. And I think one clear sign of making the right choice, and I certainly, want to commend Dr. Travion Scott for working literally day and night, along with Renaissance, the search firm, to find the best fit and the best coach to lead our program forward. Look, Coach Jackson and Coach Scott and Coach Simon hit the road immediately and started recruiting. They went
Right.
straight to South Louisiana. They were in what we would call enemy territory. They were at Scotlandville Magnet, which is, of course, a part of Baton Rouge, and at Southern Lab, offering scholarships and offers to student athletes there. They went on to New Orleans to attend the high school championship games and to make a presence there. And so, I mean, they worked through the weekend. Where there were players there on Sunday meeting with the coaches and
Right.
getting offers. We've seen a number of pretty big time transfers who are now committing to Grambling. They didn't waste any time. And I spoke to one of the coaches from a local school, and I won't name the school because he didn't give me permission to do this, but from a local school, who said, it's so refreshing to have our local talent being recruited, and so I'm thankful that Coach Jackson recognizes, and look, he's got ties to Jonesboro and Bastrop. So
Oh, wow.
he's
Okay.
certainly, yeah. Even though he did not grow up here, his parents are from Bastrop and Jonesboro, respectively. He actually had some family members who attended the press conference on Friday, so he understands that we've got some amazingly talented athletes right here in our backyard. And so they didn't waste any time getting out there and recruiting, and continue to do that, because it's important. You've got to have good talent, and I think they are certainly on the right track. Uh, as I like to joke all the time, I was in the band. I don't know much about football, but certainly I recognize that we've got a great leader in Dr. Travion Scott as our inaugural Vice President of Intercollegiate Athletics. He
Hmm.
understood the mission, and I think that he has done what was expected of him, and that was to find us a great leader for our football program. And of course, now that he's been named, we've seen some other reporting. Oh, the job was first offered to this one or that one, and there was no shortage of interest, that's for sure. And so again, we're really grateful to have not only Coach Jackson on board as our coach, but his management firm, which is Rock Nation, owned by Jay Z. And so when you think about
Mm.
the networks that are now at our disposal, having, of course, somewhat relationship with Jay Z through Beyonce and Adidas and Peloton, and so now when you add Rock Nation as a management and sports representation firm to be partnered with the Grambling brand, that just opens so many different opportunities and networks, and not only fundraising but friend raising through his network. So he's a great brand. He's affiliated with a great brand, and now with partnering with our great brand, I see nothing but success in our future.
I love to hear it. A lot of great cross pollination when it comes to the branding. That was a little known fact for me. I did not know he was a part of Rock Nation Management. So that is
Oh
awesome that
yeah.
we can get some cross pollination. Look, we may have Jay and Beyonce on campus. You never know. Fingers
It,
crossed.
it, certainly if they don't come, it won't be for a lack of inviting them to come. Let me just
Right.
let me just say that. And one of the things that we talked about, in the whole process of the coaching search, as well as the search for the vice president of intercollegiate athletics, is that for too long we have failed to monetize the value of the Grambling brand. Okay, and so as well known as that black and gold G is, and whether you're in Wisconsin or in Georgia or wherever, when they see that black and gold G, people know that's Grambling. And but although it's so widely recognized, being able to monetize, meaning to fully cash in on the value of the brand, has been elusive for us. And there are many layers to that, and I'll have to take this little side journey, if you don't mind, real quick. As I was
Oh yeah, yeah.
having dinner with the family last night, I got a text from an alum. Uh, you know, is this licensed apparel? They sent me a screenshot, and it was not licensed apparel, and unfortunately, the screenshot came from our one of our Grambling alumni network pages on Facebook. And so,
Hmm.
we as alums have to be more intelligent about how we purchase apparel. Look for the label. We've had a look for the label campaign. Often, we'll put that out. But some of that merchandise that's being habitually sold by unlicensed vendors takes money away from our not just our athletic program, but from all aspects of our university our university operation. So again, if you don't see the label, don't buy this bootleg unlicensed merchandise, and some of it's being sold by our own alums. So when you talk about holding people accountable, certainly, I intend to be held accountable. That's just gotta, it comes with the territory. But there is a role for us all to play, and that includes an obligation not to go for the cheap T-shirt that does not benefit our students. So for every dollar those unlicensed vendors make, that's robbing our students of royalties and resources that we all so desperately need. So just needed to take that little side excursion. I was close to calling names, but I'm gonna hold my peace on that one right now. But y'all know who I'm talking about.
Right, right. And speaking of uh, things that benefit our students, I do want to transition over with some good news about one of our students, actually one of our mass communication students here at Grambling State University, Jasmine Franklin, was recently honored with a special surprise check presentation from AT&T. She is one of 25 of the inaugural class there with AT&T working with HBCUs. Can we go into a little more detail about that and what it means for the university as well?
Sure, and look, I tell you what, there were so many plays on the number five when we had the celebration. You mentioned that Jasmine got five stacks, and
Right.
AT&T said we're awarding you five Gs. Of course, 5G on your phone, the
Hmm.
network service. But she received a check for $5,000 for her acceptance into this program. And look, Jasmine Franklin is one of those students who really came here and understood her mission. And as a sophomore, becoming the editor in chief of the Grambling Night was almost unheard of. And so she's a very talented student. She's currently doing an internship over at KNOE in Monroe. She's done other internships throughout her matriculation, and to be recognized by AT&T, and they flew in some pretty heavy hitters from AT&T corporate to be a part of that celebration. And too often we only celebrate the athletes and others. This was an opportunity to celebrate a student for for recognizing her for her hard work and how she has pursued and honed her craft in mass comm. And she was recognized by a national company like AT&T and got 5 stacks out the deal too.
Right, and we love to see that. All about the education of our students and them utilizing that education to shine a bright light on Grambling State University and the stellar education they receive here. I hear the music. That must be our cue from Mr. B to go ahead and take our break. You are listening to Prez Says. We'll be back after this break.
This is bigger than numbers. It's about connecting donors with patients like me. And when everyone joins our fight against blood cancer, your race, my race, can experience what we all deserve. Life.
What makes a chicken sandwich spicy? Fiery sauces? Crazy hot toppings? Nope. It's all in the marinade. The heat and the flavor must come from within. Good thing there's the new limited time spicy chicken sandwich at Whataburger.
Cats down by 58 with 1 minute left.
Hey, where's everybody going? This game's not over. So we're not the best. Our kicker stubbed his toe on the ball, and pretty sure our mascot has this costume on backwards. But this is our team. No matter what.
All right, we are back here with Prez Says. I am Charles Talbert, Operations Manager here at KGRM. We are back with President Richard Rick Gallot. If you're just tuning in, a lot of interesting things happening for Grambling State University. 2022 is definitely looking bright for the university as well. On the horizon, we can see that digital library every day. You can see a little more is being added. I passed through campus at night. I saw lights on in there. Work is being done around the clock. What more can you give us about possible launch dates for the library or some sort of timeline we're looking at, Prez, for the library being up and running?
Sure, and the dates sort of are not set in stone right now. What we're saying is probably first quarter of 22. The obviously the exterior is pretty much complete. A lot of the interior work is being done right now. We've got a number of items that are on back order. Supply chain obviously has been a challenge, not just for this project, but just across the board because of COVID. So there are some interior doors, for instance, that we're not quite sure when we'll get those in, but we won't let the lack of those particular doors delay the ultimate opening. But there's furniture, there tons of computers in there, a lot of obviously technology within a digital library that are forthcoming. So those items, will continue to come in. We're leaning on our vendors as much as we can to try and accelerate getting those items in and installed. So right now, again, we're looking at sometime in hopefully no later than March, April timeframe. But again, a lot of that is just so out of our hands because of supply chain disruptions due to COVID.
Right, right. What about our staff? Do we have any word on the staffing for the library yet, or are we still working on those as well?
Well, that is an ongoing process. We have partnered with a company to help us with training for our current staff. I think there will be additional staff that will come on board because this is a pretty new area in terms of having a digital library. But I tell you, there are a number of our current team members in the library who have really jumped in on these training opportunities to get prepared for to get prepared for the opening. And when you think about the difference in a digital library, and I think you and I probably joked about this on a show or two before, unlike when I was in school in the 80s, and if you went to the card catalog and looked for a book and couldn't find it, a librarian could help you with locating a book. Well, now, I mean, the librarians will almost have to be tech certified to be able to help students, log on to various databases and to be able to, get technology integrated with devices, things like that. We will be partnering with Apogee, which is our existing partner for our Wi-Fi in student housing. And so we're just expanding that footprint for Apogee. So we will have additional resources that will be there to help our students with the technology challenges. But again, a lot of the work that librarians will be looked for or look to do will have a technology involvement. So it's different, but they're all leaning into making sure that they're prepared when we turn the switch on and cut the ribbon and open the door.
Right, and I can't wait. Like, I'm just so interested to see what it looks like and everything that's gonna be involved with it. I do want to kind of pivot to infrastructure here on campus, and specifically the capital outlay plan. What's in the works? What are we proposing, and what are we hoping to receive through this plan?
So, we've got a number of different requests working simultaneously. Obviously on the state level, we have our existing 5-year capital outlay plan that now includes additional safety measures with not only access control, but technology overlays to ensure we've got the best technology being utilized all across the campus for safety. But we've also got underground infrastructure project that has been funded and is moving forward. What many people don't necessarily realize, and I'm looking at the visual now. You don't see any poles and wires hanging throughout the campus. That's because all of our utilities are underground. So those that infrastructure that is out of sight is certainly not out of mind for us. So there's electrical, there's gas, there's water, there's sewer, all of those things that are in underground all across our campus require periodic inspection, assessment, and repairs and upgrades. And so that is a significant project that, unfortunately, is not one that we'll have some nice clean ribbon cutting on, but without that work being done, we could very well see failures of electricity, of water, again of sewer, all of those things that are needed for the operations of the institution. So we're really pushing facility planning control to get moving on that project. This is actually something that when I was a state representative, I was able to get funded, was some of that underground utility infrastructure work done back in the early 2000s. But again, these things have to be done on a regular basis, and I can't stress again how critical those kinds of things are, and the general public never knows that kind of work is going on. But without it, we're definitely it's problematic. We're also excited about the funding of our project to renovate the old Alma J. Brown building. That will be the home to our new home to our criminal justice department, both the bachelor's and master's degrees, as well as our upcoming PhD in criminology and justice administration. So
Okay.
that building, once the lab schools were closed back in 2014, I believe it was, during the Warwick administration, that building has essentially, been the Lincoln Prep used it for a time, but then they transitioned out as well. So of course, the building was built and designed for little people. So renovations in restrooms and things like that, and some other renovation items will have to be done. But structurally, the building is still very sound. So we're looking at moving that project forward. It was contained in the capital outlay funding for this year, and there will have to be architecture selection as well as plans drawn, and then the construction phase of it. So that project's ongoing. We also just recently got approval to move forward with the renovations to Jeans Hall, which will be the home to our new Student Success Center. And Larry Green is the director of our Student Success Center. When you think about the gains we've made, the improvements we've made through our first year experience program, we've seen an increase in our first to second year retention rate from 60% to 77%. We've seen our graduation rate go from 35 to 42%, but we're still seeing too significant of a drop off after that first year. So we're expanding what we're doing from the first year experience to a second year experience, or a sophomore year experience, a junior year experience, a senior year experience. So each year we will add an additional layer to this program. So if you think about the sophomore year experience, will include resume writing and interview skills and internship pursuit. This is getting our students prepared for internships as they're in their sophomore year. Again, preparing them for post graduation to have jobs and or graduate school already lined up, not graduating and then working at local retail saying I'm trying to figure it out. No, we want to put mechanisms in place that will help our students throughout their matriculation have a plan. Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. So if we're beginning their matriculation with an understanding of the importance of layering each year preparation for, again, whether it's gaining a career, or if they're planning to go to law school, to make sure that we've got them in LSAT preparation courses in that sophomore and junior year, or if they're planning to go to medical school, making sure that they're part of the Meharry summer internship program, or the internship program at LSU Health Science Center in Shreveport, getting them prepared to take the MCAT. These are all things that we have a responsibility to our students to ensure that we're guiding them along the path that they need in order to get to their ultimate goal. So the Student Success Center is something that we're incredibly proud of. And when you think about the digital library and then Jean's Hall facing that building, engaging in a major renovation project of Jean's Hall will certainly complement that entire area. And so, looking out of the library, you see the Student Success Center, and looking out of the Student Success Center, you see the state's first and only digital library. It creates a culture and an environment conducive to excellence, because nobody else has got that. No other school in the state of Louisiana, no other HBCU will be able to claim that they have a digital library with that level of technology right at the fingertips of our students. So we're really excited about the Student Success Center, and the fact that we're actually funding that, leveraging our Title III federal dollars. So we haven't had to raise tuition or charge students to do these projects. We've utilized other funding streams, such as our Title III. And I did want to talk a little bit more about federal infrastructure dollars, and Mr. B's queued up the music, so maybe we can jump into that on the other side.
All right, we'll do that. We'll talk about that on the other side of this break. This is Prez Says here on 91.5 KGRM.
What is Grambling? Grambling is growing. It's a community. Grambling is an education, an experience. Grambling is legacy, tradition, and the future. What is Grambling? Grambling is all of this and more. Grambling is the place where everybody is somebody.
The world-famed Tiger Marching Band presents Click It or Ticket. Drive sober or get pulled over. Grambling State University is the home of innovation, where influencers invest, where academics change the world, where we've been raising the bar for HBCUs on the field, in history, and in our community for more than a century. Join the next generation of world changers and innovation makers at the place where everybody is truly somebody.
KGRM. We are back with the last segment of Prez Says here for the fall semester 2021. Now, before the break, Prez, we were talking about infrastructure and federal dollars that are being received by the university for improvements in infrastructure. What more do we need to say on that topic?
Yeah, sure. So, of course, leading most of the newscast these days is the Congress's passage of the 1-point-something trillion dollar infrastructure package. But then there's also the second package, the Build Back Better package, that there's still some. Sorry, I got net or something flying here. Sorry about that. Um, the Build Back Better program that's making its way through Congress as well. So when you think about the magnitude of those dollars and the need to get in line to try and capitalize on that. We have worked first with the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, just 47 public HBCUs, advocating and lobbying the Biden administration for an HBCU carve out in that in those infrastructure dollars. So we're certainly pursuing those, but at the same time, we do have personal relationships with the Biden administration through former Congressman Cedric Richmond, who's senior advisor to the president, our deputy chief of staff and former SGA president Darian Williams was on the staff of then Congressman Richmond, and so certainly we have we've been in touch with the White House in terms of projects that we're pursuing, safety projects, new technology building that would house our cybersecurity program that, as I mentioned at the top of the show, is certainly growing. Our visual arts department, they're temporarily located in the old lab school because we're moving forward with demolition of Dunbar Hall. So all of these different roofing, we want to completely re-roof all of our existing buildings. There's road repaving that's a part of what we're pursuing funding on. Energy efficiency. Adding just every imaginable upgrade to our campus is a part of our, and I'm not going to say publicly what the price tag is, but it is mind blowing, right, the amount that we have submitted through Thurgood Marshall for funding, which of course we don't expect to get it all, but certainly we won't get it if we don't ask for it, and our ask is pretty gigantic, quite frankly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A closed mouth does not get fed. So
it's not.
You never know until you ask. So and we need those dollars for the improvements. So it's good to hear that that type of foresight is on the horizon for the university as well. That's awesome to hear. I do want to pivot for a second here and just give a stat from the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission. They report that on an average, 38 people die and 5,400 people are injured every year in Louisiana because of distractions while driving. So they do have some facts here that you need to know. There are three main types of distractions. You have your visual distractions when you take your eye off the road. You have your manual distractions when you take your hands off the steering wheel. And then you have your cognitive distractions, which is you may kind of daydream or stop thinking about what you're doing while you're driving, and that affects your attention, which is your primary task while driving, is to stay attentive. We do want to give condolences to the Madison family and also the Griffith family. As we all know, we were saddened to hear the passing of two tigers over the Thanksgiving holiday break. And our thoughts and prayers do go out to their family and their loved ones. So we encourage all our Gram fam to be cautious and stay vigilant while traveling on the highways, especially as we transition into this holiday break when everybody is going to be moving around and going back home and things of that nature.
Well, and Charleston, I had a couple of students to drop in to see me about 2 weeks ago. Kevin and Xavier, they're both in the band, and they said, "Well, Prez, we heard you had an open door policy. We just wanted to see if we could get in." So they came by, and we had a great visit for about a half an hour or so. And I told them, I said, look, every night when I get on my knees, I pray for all of you. I said, I may not know you specifically by name, but I'm praying for your safety. and for your success. And so, to have to, speak to Miss Griffith about, the loss of Zaria and Delia and Jamarcia. I mean, these are our students, and and it hurts. It hurts us all to lose a member of our family, and so, of course, when you trust God for one thing, we have to trust Him for it all, and to know that
That's
His
right.
plan is not always ours, and to all things there is a season. And so, I'm going to trust God that He will comfort these families in a way that only He can. But at the same time, I think we should all, be safe. Put the phone down. No texting and driving. No drinking and driving, or buzz driving, or any of that. The World Fame did a commercial a couple of years ago for the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission about click it or ticket, meaning, put your
Right.
seatbelts on. So many deaths are preventable by just simply putting a seatbelt on. Yeah, there's our World Fame. So, we have been advocating for safety among our student body, but it certainly is never. We should never not continue to advise our students to be careful, to be safe, because we want you to be back here and be able to complete your degree and go out and change the world in amazing ways. And so again, I implore all of our students and everyone who's listening to just be safe and to be careful. I'm on the road so much. You know, got up at 4 o'clock yesterday to hit the road to go and have this meeting about our cybersecurity program. And I, the roads can be dangerous at times, and you got to be attentive. There's so much going on out there. So, please be safe over the holidays and always.
Absolutely. I see we're about 5 minutes out from the top of the hour, Perez. The time just flies by when we're having these conversations. So much to get around to, so much to talk about. Do you want to leave the listening audience with any words before we sign off here?
Yeah. So look, I just again, I appreciate you and you providing the thought leadership for Prez Says, and Tisha, who's
No
sitting over
problem.
here. Yeah, she's not kicking me right now. Tisha, who's sitting over here to my left, our communications director, Mr. Blakeney, and Avia, and everyone over in the Lynn, and Miss B, everybody over at GSU TV. Everybody who's working behind the scenes to make Prez Says work. We want to always, provide multiple different opportunities to speak to our various audiences, whether they're our students, our alums, faculty, staff, everyone, our community, just to stay connected. So again, we I think have been pretty regular on our Prez Says this semester, and we intend to continue to do that as we go forward, to have open and candid conversation about many of the topics that and as you said, that the time flies. I mean, people think an hour is a lot of time. It goes by very
It's
quickly when
not.
you've got it's not at all. It's not at all. So again, I want to thank everyone who plays a role in helping us to get this message out. And of course, it used to be just a radio show, but now having the GSU TV Center engaged in this, we're able to go out to touch people that we would not ordinarily be able to do, and the visuals that we're able to share as well. So I just want to thank everyone for your support, for your encouragement, for your prayers for our school. Want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a happy and prosperous new year, and we've got so much planned as we get into the next year. And so I'm certainly going to unplug and try to rest over the holidays, because I know
Right. Absolutely.
when January 4th rolls around, I thought it was January 3rd, but that's a state holiday. So when January 4th rolls around, we'll have our new advancement VP, Melanie Jones, on board, and we're just excited, with the football program and everybody. So there's still challenges, and there's no organization that is without challenge. That is just the nature of life. But, we'll continue to meet these challenges. 120 years. Grambling State University has been around 120 years, and we have had, 10 presidents, plus another 3 interim presidents. We've all faced challenges. We've all had, uphill battles. We've all been asked to do more with less. But as I've said time and time again, we're ready to do more with more. And when you're ambitious and when you've got a big agenda, there are times that some folks just don't want change. They want to kind of keep it the way that this is how we've always done it, but this is the result you've always gotten. So yeah, we're progressive, and we're going to continue to push the envelope for the benefit of our students and this great university, the place where everybody is somebody, Grambling State University. God bless you, Charles. God bless all of you out there.
All right, and that's going to wrap it up here for Prez Says. Thank you so much for your time, President Gallot. This is 91.5 KGRM, and everybody have a safe and prosperous holiday season.